This session is called Taking Action. And in this session, I'm going to cover a couple of tips that will help you put what you've learned to work. So you've just learned what about 99% of the bloggers and business owners will never know about SEO. There's a lot of information in this course. So just wanted to cover a couple of ways that I use to really bundle this all together and put it into action so that you can really start seeing results. So the first thing is keyword research. One of the mistakes I see is that people do a little bit too much keyword research. One of the great things to do is to build a keyword spreadsheet and update it really only 6 months or so. You don't need to do keyword research every day, certainly not every week. It really doesn't change that often. If you're doing something specific, if you've got a piece of content that you're trying to write, of course, jumping in and doing some keyword research at that point is great. But overall, it's better to do your keyword research up front, have a spreadsheet, and then sort of link your keywords to content. Say, this keyword is going to be this content, this keyword will be this blog post. Schedule it all. And another great thing that you can use this spreadsheet focus a lot on building great content. So that is my tips for content creation. So when it comes to building link authority, I really just want you to always be thinking about how you can acquire new links. One of the mistakes that I see a lot of business owners and some of my clients making before they hire me is they're not paying attention to their links. They're just sort of naturally getting them and they're not really worried about it. They're not really keeping track. So I want you to really think about links when you post content. You've chosen a keyword, you've created some great content around that keyword, and now you're trying to build link authority. Don't just post it and forget it. Don't just share it on Twitter and forget it. You really need to think about building link authority. So after you post, really get social. Go and send it to people that might be interested in it. And don't necessarily ask for links or be too pushy, but really think about building links. Also, when you're doing any other type of activity, such as PR, where you're going to get links back, think about those links. Don't let them go to waste. So always think about any new way, whether it's press or social or contacting bloggers or submitting stuff to article directories, whatever you're doing, just always be thinking about building links to your content. And another thing that I wanted to point out is don't just build links to your homepage. Make sure you're building links to all your blog posts and internal pages. Having a lot of links to your homepage is fine, but it looks better to have your links spread out all over your site. So the more you can think about building link authority, the better you'll be and the better your results will be, definitely. So the next thing is to really be social. And the more social you are, the more opportunities you're going to have. Social media, in my opinion, is one of the most undervalued search engine optimization tactics out there right now. There's a lot of SEOs that focus too much on building links. And while links are important, being social is so much more important. And it's going to get even more important as time goes on, as the web gets more and more social. Google is paying attention to these social signals. So what I would say is after you post to your blog, definitely get out there, talk about your posts, connect with people that you think might find it interesting. Definitely don't be pushy, but just be social. Act like you're sitting across a coffee table from one of your friends and just talk about your content. That'll go so far when it comes to promoting, getting opportunities for guest posts, getting links, all that stuff. So the more social you can be, the better. And one last tip that I want to make sure that you're doing is always measuring. I love the idea of not working hard, but working smart. Don't just throw a bunch of content out there and throw a bunch of links out there and target a bunch of keywords. Really be methodical in your testing. The more you can pay attention to testing, the better you'll be. Now, I do want to point out though, there are a lot of people that will look at their analytics 5 times a day and they'll click refresh and they'll stare at it and they're always looking at what's going on. Don't get too caught up in the analysis paralysis, as it's called, but definitely check your analytics about once a week, maybe twice a month. Look at what's working and do more of it. Once you know what's working, it's so powerful to say, I know that this type of content is what my audience is really resonating with. I'm getting the most links to these content. I know that these keywords are converting very highly. Even though these keywords are driving more traffic, these ones are the ones that are driving my business. Definitely pay attention to that. Do the 80-20 analysis. Focus on what's working. So always be sure that you're measuring and working smart. So at this point, I really just want to see you get started. Definitely take everything that you've learned in this course and put it to work. I can guarantee that the content in this course is effective. And if you put it to work, you're definitely going to see results. So go find some keywords, get your blog set up, target some keywords with some great content, start building links, and start measuring. And after you've been at it for a while, I'll definitely be seeing you at the top of the front page.